has a swimming pool. I've been staying there for like all together for 5 years now, and I've never been to the swimming pool.
It's okay. Swimming's not for everyone.
Is a what?
Swimming's not for everyone.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I couldn't hear. You're far away.
I know. It kind of sucks.
Well, Boostgate is going to be the first pick here. They're batting out the Kalia, the Yuzong, as well as the Gata Kacha. Now, Zone 1 still batting out the Grok, as well as Sora, and now the Fanny. So before this, they did pick up the Jushin, which honestly was okay. But if they want to go for a Gwyn, I think something like a Farsa would have been better.
Yeah. I think that
or just take away the Shin, right?
Yeah, the Shin was a problem as well. But the difference now is that they took out the Hilda for the Gacha. Jushin will still be core, of where BGT wants to kind of revolve around. It helps a lot. I mean, it was multiple CCs being thrown at Teamzone. So yeah, we'll have to see how they round up the draft with the Jushin as the first pick.
Do they still want to go with the YSS for Teamzone? Right? It worked in that first game. Unfortunately, they won't have, their hands on the Gatot Kacha this time around because it's banned out, but there are other options. Again, Arlet is still something that we haven't seen yet, but okay, they go for the Hylos instead.
I like it because if you actually get Jushin and Hylos, that would be dangerous. I swear, if you pick up a Guinevere here,
what are you gonna do?
What you gonna do about it, Lafel?
I am gonna be so upset. I will X about it. I can't say tweet anymore.
There you
go.
There you go. It's good because I don't have X anyways.
All right, cool. So now, you can see that Kazuha is on a comfortable hero, right? He loves his assassins. We finally get to see the Hayabusa come into play. But how will this impact the rest of the game? They go for the Eve again. And remember, BGT, they love their pickoffs. Like, I don't know why, but they love this style. They love that pickoff style for Wachter. I don't know, will it be different though this time around?
I think they need burst damage. Sure, you can kind of get it from the Hayabusa, but it's a little bit telegraphed. The Shadow Kill doesn't really instantly take you down, so if they want to go for that pickoff style as well, they need that as one of the prerequisites. Number one is the burst damage, and number two is someone that can really hard lock a member of Teamzone. Previously it was the Guinevere, obviously, but now I think they gotta look for more options. Ruby taken out, obviously, a counter to the Hayabusa as well makes the job even much more difficult.
Honestly, the way that they played, like they use a pickoff comp, but they're playing zone.
Yeah.
Right? So I feel like instead of trying for those pickoffs, something even like a Minotaur might be a bit better for BGT because with their lineup here, I think they have to go for a marksman. Because if they go for double fighters, I don't think that they will have enough damage. So I'm looking at the Claw, I'm looking at the carry, maybe even a Harif, right? Either or, I think it will be okay against Zone 1. Even though Zone already has the counters towards most of the marksmen as well as the Harif, sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet. Sometimes you just gotta be better.
Yeah, I think Claude's
That's what my dad always says.
Well, bite the bullet?
Just be better.
Just be better.
Oh.
He expects a lot from you, Lafel. He demands a lot.
I think it really depends on this next ban now for BGT.
Yeah. I mean, the Claude, we talked about it. It's pretty good against the Eve. Misconceptions thrown away. Esmeralda. Yeah, it was quite okay. Not okay. It was quite decent going up against the Uranus. The shielding and all that. So yeah, maybe that is something that they are scared of. But yeah, the Claude will be picked up for Teamzone instead.
So are they trying to put BGT in a position where they have to go for the carry, but
yes,
it's like bad?
Yes, sir.
It's a bad carry.
Yes, ma'am.
Learn from the mistake. Oh, man. Okay.
Don't learn, just be better.
Just be better.
Trying to say that RX has to be better than Muminet. So we saw that he picked the carry earlier.
Yeah, that's why.
It was hard.
Like Piccolo said in the Breach series, just dodge.
Just dodge. Okay.
Oh, do you get that reference?
Yeah?
Hey, that's why you're a friend.
Next pick, though.
Cho.
Still the Cho.
So yeah, at least
Three times in a row.
Yeah, at least they have the setup for the carry, right? Cho carry makes the job easier for the carry. The Phobius is good, especially when you have a Cho, reset for days. Yeah. The carry too with the Phantom Step. So yeah, this Phobius is gonna have a field day.
So we're still looking at a pickoff comp versus a team fight comp, right?
Unless, like, honestly, Cho, you can use as a zoner. You just save your kick to kick people away, or if someone overextends, then you kick towards your team. Like, as long as the entire team understands that you don't fully commit on this Cho, I think it's okay. You just use your Jeet Kune Do to impress your opponents with your flashy moves, and if they get too close, be like, hiya, and then just push them away.
Hiya.
With a kick.
Hayabusa.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to jump into game number 2, and I believe the devs here feel like the draft has gotten better, but is it going to be enough? Boostgate, can they actually get a win against Teamzone?
They need to. They need to, right? If they still want to stay on top of their group, of Group A, they need to stay on top. They need to find an equalizer and force this to a game number 3. Otherwise, you know, Teamzone looking pretty good up there. But let's see, right? With the changes with the Hayabusa now in the jungle for Kazue, it seems like it's a more familiar territory for him to utilize. And as well as an addition of a marksman in the gold lane, they should be able to scale a lot better. So that window that we saw in game number 1 with the draft that they were, you know, set on, it's not going to be applicable here. A little bit more flexible when it comes down to execution.
Yep. And we got to look at the movements of a Walker here because, again, as a Cho, you can use as a zoner. Just make sure that you don't overcommit because sometimes when you do have a good set, your team kind of got baited to think that it is a good fight to take, but might not be. Speaking of, we got to look at the spells here. Kenny is going for that Flicker, and Kate is having that Purify.
That damage. Good carry. It's a good lane for the carry. Obviously, you're gonna have a good time, but once it comes to the mid game where you have to fight a lot, it's hard to traverse your way into that backline of Teamzone.
Jushin Emblem.
Yeah.
Oh, with the pull yourself together, thinking that you might get ganked quite a few times, so making sure that the Flicker is up more often. But there's one small thing that we do have to discuss here, which is the roam boots, where with the changes, especially for Conceal, we just saw that Walker had to go for the Encourage. And Encourage, you kind of have to be with your team to get the full benefits.
Uh-oh, Shadow Kale on towards K. You cannot purify damage, and that's going to be Kazue getting the first blood.
So you can see now that Boostgate, they're playing to their winning lane, right? They're giving a kill over. I don't think they should contest for this objective, but...
Yep, they want to. Mountain Shocker and Kazue again! A thief from Boostgate Esports. That's going to be the liftoff, but Identity has to move back. Here comes XC, but in the back, that's going to be Bankai getting whacked. Bankai will look for more of the hammer. The RWM being popped up. Identity has to go back into a safer position. He can't. He gets knocked up. Kenny gets the kill. Shadow kill from Kazue. An heroic entrance from the Ninja. And Identity loses his life.
Overall, that was good because sometimes you do have to make that kind of play where your opponent don't expect you to go for it, but you still go for it. But again, even with the overextension, Boostgate does have a goal lead, so I think that's still good for them. And this is the big difference when you see just changing your jungler, right? Like, let's look at the hand cam here. Now that you're using Assassin, it doesn't matter using Shin or the Hayabusa, you can actually impact the map.
Look at that. Shadow Kale on towards Bright. One more hit. Bright is tanky. High loss. Can't really take down easily.
Damn, that was close. That was close, and I think that was also before Hunter Strike, right? So with the Hunter Strike, I think we could expect a lot more coming in from Kazue. That was unable for him to do that when he was on the Gwyn.
Yep. Well, look at XC now. The one that will be slain by Teamzone. And yeah, Eterna obviously with the Gwyn. You can't really do flashy moves like that and impact the map. Now, though, Kazue bags 3 kills.
Yep.
Counter-Strike as well.
Yeah, looking pretty good. Looking at the emblem builds here as well. A Black Eye Shield for Walker, and now the having a lot more armor for the side of Boostgate. So they're really just worried about Zexora and possibly Bankai. Kenny is not something that they're too worried about right now.
Yeah. I mean, up top, the XC again. Target of operation for Teamzone pops the consecration, and he's gonna be fine. XC will be able to try to sustain it, but the blazing the wet on towards RX. He flickers away into safety. The carry will still be safe. That's gonna be 2 resources spent, and now they're gonna focus on the turtle now. The back line, that's gonna be Zexora bobbing and weaving. Good knock up with the kick as well. Kazue gets Zexora. It's a mega kill for the Hayabusa. The objective in their eyes. Bankai screaming for help, has to flicker back. XC enters the fray. Another good knockup from Wactor as Bright gets taken down. Bankai deleted as well. K is late to the party, and Boostgate, they feast on Teamzone.
That was so worth, right? They got the kills, they got the neutral objective. They're still at Perfect Turtle, by the way, and they were able to layer in an additional kill for RX. So now RX has a little bit more resources to work with up against K, and a lot more shield, gold shield, and they should be able to get that turret down as well in the top side of the map. How are they doing this when they couldn't do it in game one?
I would say they look much cleaner now because when they actually go for an engage, they can actually get a kill, enough damage there from Kazooie as well as RX, which is different from the previous game. They can set it up, they just could not finish it. So I think this looks much better because there's balance in the draft. And I gotta say, shout out to Wactor as well with the changes of the Joe using the encourage. He's actually staying around his team just to make sure he gives the extra defenses to his team. Because usually as a Joe, you want to chase after the back line, but this time, even if you do, you're still close enough to your team to have full value of the encourage roam boots.
So yeah, that's why they're playing in close proximity, especially for Wactor. Golden Staff completed for RX. That's going to be a swift Trinity, I believe. Not yet.
One more.
Lacking the DHS, excuse me. Well, still, it is very quick. And Kazooie picks up the Sky Piercer. He is warranted to get that item. He didn't justify because he has 4 kills to his name. Now the kick towards Bright. Pops Revitalize. Goes to the back. XC trying to zone out Bright. Opens up the ultimate to run away, but that's going to be the Sky Piercer. Again, cutting down the high-lows.
Check. 1 check, 2 check, 3 check. Like, even if Kazooie gets killed out and he loses the stacks on the Sky Piercer, they still have RX to fall onto. Like you mentioned, only a little bit more away from that Swift Trinity. That's a flicker already burnt out there by Kenny. They're feeling the pressure, and I think Boostgate, they're gonna be on the way to that Perfect Turtle. Teamzone can't contest.
Yeah, they're maximizing all that they have, the resources, and yeah, obviously Teamzone, they have to concede. This turtle will be 3. I think that's 2. That's 3 even. Perfect Turtle for Kazooie and for Boostgate.
Right now for a team, so they just got to play around K. And play around doesn't mean that he goes for the skills, but actually making sure that he gets the farm. That's the biggest problem. As long as his quad gets farm, and I feel like he needs... I'm hesitant to say Wind of Nature because, yes, you can deal with the Haya, but true damage, man. True damage from the carry. Makes it quite difficult to itemize against.
Yeah. That Wind of Nature will quite possibly be in vain, especially with the passive that the carry
Look at that goal difference.
2,000.
Yeah. The goal difference is insane.
Oh, XC again? Should be able to get out though. But yeah. Goes back in? No, no. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, Kazooie goes in. Okay.
No.
Wactor.
He's taunting. He's taunting the players of Teamzone. Revitalized pop as well. The lift off towards Bankai. That's just going to be it. Look at Boostgate Esports. Able to get all the resources from Teamzone in a very, very confident way. Zexora sent up top again to just clear the way.
Yep. And this is one of those situations where you just gotta talk to each other and say, Sheila, don't be extra, right? Because they're in a very good position here, Boostgate. They should not be forcing fights and possibly getting throws. So just do like this. Take easy, clean objectives. RX now with the Demon and the Sword. They should be very confident and just play at their own pace. Don't force things out. Jangan maksa.
Jangan maksa. Nice.
Jangan paksa?
Yes, paksa, maksa, okay.
It's the same.
It's the same. It's the same. But with an A.
I know my Malaysian.
Oh, cool.
I know my Indonesians.
Beautiful. Uh-oh. Kazooie. Obviously with the shadow, quad shadow, excuse me. Very, very agile, very mobile. But Zexora wants to lock into identity. Has the Crimson Beacon popped in the back. Blazing duet. But where's the damage? XC will eat up from the inside. That's a kick on towards Bankai. One less to worry about. Shadow kill. Finally gets Bright only. I thought it was going to jump into the back too. But yeah, that's going to be it. Boostgate, 2 kills and possibly the Lourdes.
Well, I guess that's the timing that you're talking about, right? Because they're not forcing anything out. They're waiting for Teamzone to make their move. And then they completely harass them for making that move. 8,000 gold lead. They get a turret in the bottom side, another one. And I think, well, there you go. They're very quick to get that first Lord down. That, wow. That's a shred.
That's going to be a 1v1. Good mounted shocker to bob and weave away from that shadow kill. But yeah, with the carry, your jungler doesn't even need to go and do the Lord.
Sure, Kazue really appreciates that. And Xe just being a front line, providing vision, providing information, even letting Teamzone know that, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
He is there.
Picked up the Chastis.
Baldwin.
Chastise or chastise?
I don't know. I think
If you're Australian, it could be Chastis.
Chastise.
Chastis.
Chastise.
Anyway.
Really depends on which hemisphere you're from.
Southern. Speaking. Mountain Chakra 2 reveals vision. The lift off on towards Bankai. Kicked in the back. That is going to be a very good kill, but the flicker away from him. K gets taken down so low. And look at the damage from Boostgate Esports. This carry is online. So is Kazue. 6-0-2. The Lord will try to march in.
Yeah, and look at Kazui, RX, and I did it now with the Wishing Lantern. This is going to be so annoying for Teamzone because your backliners want to stay away, but might get zoned out or actually get targeted by Kazui. And then your front line's like, dude, I don't want to deal with the Jushin or the carry.
It's a problem, for sure. It's a problem. And like the issues that we thought would surface with the carry pick is definitely not evident here. The spacing, the timing has been crazy. Oh, they're targeting Kazue.
Kazue, oh, he's going in! Oh my god! That's gonna be Kenny taken down! From the realm of the shadows. Oh, he's still bobbing and weaving, just shadowing away. But RX gets Bankai. That is beautiful. From Kazue, a cold-blooded killer. He does get taken down, but it is still very much worth it. And Boostgate, they want to go in for more. Sieging on the top side turret. Identity jumping in with the Crimson Beacon, shielding his team together. The left off will be cancelled. Pride will be safe. But RX still gunning down the members of Teamzone. Man, Kazue.
That was one of those plays that deserves a instant replay here. But look at the damage that Xe is taking. Not very much.
Tickle my toes.
Yeah, so I think at this point, K does have the Trinity, maybe just needs any kind of penetration item. Either the Malefic Roar or the Malefic Gun. Looking at the items here, might go for the Malefic Gun. I hope he goes for that, because I feel like at this point, it doesn't matter if you build more defense, right? The other option, he might go for Sea Halberd, which honestly can as well. Either those three items, I think it will serve him very well.
Let's have to see. I mean, the carry now has extra range from Malefic Gun too. Completed. So, safety, somehow, to a certain extent for the carry. Lord spawns, and Boostgate. They might want to get this, especially when they have a wave up top pushing. And yeah, they're playing their far lanes perfectly from Boostgate.
At this point, it feels quite long drawn already, but man, Exora is still level 13.
Yeah, it's only 12 minutes.
You're right.
He's level 13, so there's no opportunity for them to go for the contest either way. They need to figure out to find a proper defense, but even then, I don't think that Kenny was, you know, placed in a way that he was too forward. He was just targeted.
Yeah.
So what does the Yve do? Because technically, they're banking on the Yve to properly defend and for the wave clear.
Yeah, you kind of have to use a front line at this point and hope that Boostgate just use all... Oh, hold on, that's not
shadow kill. That's going to be... Kenny gets taken down so low. He has the kick on toward Wactor, but that's going to be the Blazing Duet. Is this the defense that Teamzone is looking for? Kazue and Wactor gone. And now Teamzone eyeing an opportunity to possibly equalize the conditions. Actually gets taken down quite a bit, half HP. But Teamzone will reset.
Okay, let's discuss this. Was that intentional or not?
I feel like it was. I feel like that was a bait.
Yeah, putting yourself in a position where the Haya would go in with 5 members there, able to punish. Bankai not gonna get lifted up here. Hey, if that was on purpose, shout outs to Kenny or whoever made the call.
Well, they're making a play. Mountain Chakra misses towards Xe. The consecration does give him that movement speed. So yeah, Teamzone, they will back away.
So what's Kazue's stack on, right? Because he got killed twice.
Can't really see it, but...
I wish we could see how many Skypiercer stacks that he lost because of those
a lot.
two
I think
moments.
a lot.
Ask and you shall receive. Later on. I have a feeling 28.
28?
left or lost?
Left.
Ooh.
Either 28 or like 30, 34. It's
Isn't
like,
that significant?
I think it's still okay, honestly, because I feel like even if he sells the Sky Piercer now, he still does a lot of damage.
Well, Teamzone trying to zone out Boostgate, and this might be where they will show out their namesake in Teamzone. I mean, trying to push away the players of Boostgate Esports. And I think the only way that Boostgate Esports might want to commit is the fact that they will wait for the Lord and then re-engage, re-siege towards players of Teamzone, because now Teamzone slowly but surely getting their items, getting the gold, especially with the kills towards Kazue too. That's somehow quite a strong bounty as well.
Now with the BOD, I feel like Kazue, it doesn't matter how much Sky Piercer stack he has.
And at this point, Exora's caught up in levels. And now K, Wind of Nature instead. So he didn't go for that penetration item that you were talking about. But would this mean that he's ready for a team fight? Like maybe they want to go for a contest on Lord?
I would say he's safe against the Haya, but he still just has to be careful of RX.
Carry.
RX is the only problem. Other than that, I think he should be fine.
I think Kazue, yeah, he can just jump in and jump out, and the shadow kill can be tanked by multiple members, right? But if it's gonna be RX consistently gunning down and taking the damage to Teamzone, then that's where the problem lies. But yeah, the Lord secured safely by the players of Boostgate Esports and also Kazue. Is this the moment?
This may or may not matter, but Bankai does have that Winter Crown. So maybe he might go for a play, just bait someone in, and then Winter Crown, and then let something happen.
Uh-oh, XC so low, and they're not going to commit to it, but they open up the glorious pathway. Crimson Beacon for Identity, 2 resources, but I think it's much more worth it for Teamzone. Now, can they defend their base? The Crystal wide open, just a mid-tier turret separating them into a loss. The RWM and the kick, Bankai gets taken down, but K with the Blazing Duet, not enough to take down Kazue. Shadow kill, but that's going to be RX becoming the member that is much more scary for Boostgate Esports. As the Lord marches into the base, they will try to take it down. Zexora still alive, but is the damage enough? They still have the mid-tier turret to defend the base, and Teamzone, hold on. Is this the turnaround? Zexora going mad, but it seems like he has to back away. That was his only chance at redemption.
I would say that one is brilliant coming in from Kenny as well as K. Because K, you see that he goes in with the Blazing Duet.
The KK combo.
Yeah, the KK combo, Kenny K. Right before K gets caught by that carry, I think he only took like 2 basic attacks, and then he just jumped back, switch places with Dexter, making it so that he can clear the wave, right? It's nice to see, even at this crucial moment, 17 minutes of the game, it's like, I know I need to deal damage, but it's not going to matter if I die.
There's layers to it, right? There's layers to the defense now, and it's going to be even more difficult. XC!
Look at the burst. XC still alive with the consecration. Good pick off, but that's going to be the shadow kill. Not enough to take down anyone. K gets whacked her, but look at RX go. He gets Bankai. It's a worth it trade for Boostgate Esports.
Yeah, look at the minions as well. Bottom and top. Not going to be pushing in the same time as mid here, but they are stacking up.
Yeah, Windtalker purchase as well for K. It's going to help him clear the wave even faster, especially with the splash damage and the Blazing Duet. So at least for now, Teamzone still gripping this game at 10 fingers, both hands, but it's slipping away slowly if Boostgate Esports can bob and weave and just come and bait out all the resources.
We're knocking on 18 to 19 minutes, one of the longer games that we've seen in the wildcards, mostly averaging at around 15 minutes. We've seen a few games stretch to that 20th minute, but man, Boostgate Esports and Teamzone in the second game, they're really putting up a fight. We do see an item change for Kazue here, LaFell. No more Sky Piercer, Warax instead.
And again, he can definitely do that. Oh, Zexora!
Whoa, Zexora! The Wind of Nature will save RX, and Zexora gets deleted. Identity will come in, but Bright so low. Shadow kill in the back. Wactor looks for the kick, and Bright gets deleted. K with the Blazing Duet, but is it enough? It is not, and Kazue will put him down. It's just Kenny and his broken base. His friends taken down as Boostgate Esports, they farm the bodies and prepare their graves.
This is the end, right? It's gotta be.
It has to be it. Kenny I don't think you can. Hold on, brother. The crystal wide open, and can he bully it around in his own backyard? Boostgate Esports will not let slip of game 2.
It looked quite close there after quite, I would say, like, what, 2-3 times? Amazing defenses coming in from Teamzone. But eventually, Boostgate, they were able to do it. And unfortunately for me, 19-minute game, 19-29. But I feel like there's one mistake that I just got to talk about, man. Zexora, that was quite an overextension. Like, maybe you could get a kill. I don't know if it's worth it. I really don't know if it's worth it.
I think it's the adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
Especially as a youngster, you know, you kind of want to be the game changer. But yeah, I do agree that that is a stretch. That's an overextension.
That's what we call in the business overheating.
Over-investing.
What else? What else? Bite more than you can chew.
Bite more than you can chew.
I was...
Were you drinking?
No, I was so...
Yeah, that's the only highlight.
I was so Teamzone, man. What happened?
The winner nature saves RX.
Don't cheer on anyone. That's why they lost.
Yeah. You're cursed, Eterna.
No, I'm not.
You are.
But my prediction yesterday were right. So...
Well, I'm already wrong. I said,
I mean,
no.
yeah, that's true.
Either way, I'm wrong, right? But big shout outs to both teams because really, I feel like for Boostgate and Zone, doesn't matter who they're going up against, they know how to make it interesting. And I would say, yeah, I can understand why you're more for Team Zone in that one because it looked like it was over by 10 minutes. And yet they're able to add another 9.
Yeah.
And honestly, if it wasn't for that one mistake, it could have been longer.
I agree. They were so close for a comeback. Oh, man. But yeah, it's good that we get to go to full best of 3. We love 3 games.
3 games is where it's at. What are you looking at, Lafel?
I wouldn't mind going to Maghreb, but you know, we'll see.
It's okay.
We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, going back to that game, do you guys feel like if Zexora didn't overextend there, that there would be a chance that Kenny gets a good RWM, K goes in, they could get a few kills, and maybe eventually win the game?
Well, I think well, this is obviously not guaranteed, but if RX did not have the win nature there, that would have been a very good play from Zexora, and that would probably orchestrate a comeback right there and then, right? And then they would just go for one final push, clear the waves. But I think if he did not overextend and they have to kind of like turn around and fight again, well, I think they could still hold the base.
My only issue is that you know how to go in, but you know how to get out, right? Because I feel like he used every single thing in his kit just to make sure that he's able to get RX. But you're the jungler, you know? Comes to a point where you might be contesting for the Lord, and maybe your team really needs you there. And you also provide vision, right? So there's just a lot, you know.
It feels a little naive that he would think that he didn't hold the Win of Nature. Was it like a miscall that they thought that the Win of Nature was down?
Or
honestly, maybe, yeah. But now we got to look at the MVP by Realme here. And it looks like it is going to be RX. 9-0-5, 103,000 damage. RX ever since yesterday, man. Doesn't matter if it's carry. We might even see an X-Borg later on. He's popping off.
He is. I mean, we talked about the carry pick being, you know, especially...
Punishable.
What?
Punishable.
Punishable, yeah, that is the word.
Yeah.
Especially what we saw in Muminet on that match. That's in a division played. But he did not have any problems. I mean, the Yves problem that we talked about was apparently non-existent. He was able to space himself quite well. And I think, shout out to Wactor as well. He landed quite a few good sets to kind of give space for RX as well.
That, and also the way that the carry played it was passive enough that he doesn't get caught in the real world manipulation. And you can even see in this particular highlight the way that he waits for someone to cancel it, and usually Xzora's damage is enough to cancel the real world manipulation. So it's everything that goes to plan, like step 1 do this, step 2 do this, step 3, and like that the way that they channel those steps into the game and execute it properly is what makes the carry actually work in this particular game.
It's kind of like playing passive aggressively, right?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's what you're saying. Like he's passive, but he's
but
aggressive.
also aggressive.
Passive aggressive.
Right.
Passive aggressive.
I thought this was a bunch fight, to be honest, for Teamzone.
Okay, let's look at this.
Able to get out of it. Yeah, it's like Sora Torre.
Oh man. Good cover too by Wactor.
Yeah. Maybe if Wactor was not there, maybe he could get the kill and maybe get out as well. But you can also see his teammates a few units behind him, and I think even they were questioning like, are you sure, bro? I feel like that's definitely something that they're going to be discussing as a team quite aggressively more than passively.
Aggressively.
Yeah.
It's like shouting and slamming at tables.
Hmm?
So like shouting and slamming at tables.
Throwing bottles. Taking snacks.
Okay.
Looking at the items here, Bankai did not have a good game here. Having the War Axe makes it so that you do want to move in front and just keep on jumping on people. But I would say I want to shout out Identity as well, because he plays this Jushin like a fighter. He keeps on Crimson beaconing in front, right? He's more in front than Exy or Wactor.
Yeah.
But to be fair, he did catch the necessary targets and deal quite a lot of damage.
Yeah, multiple times I thought that the Crimson Beacon was premature, you know, expended quite early, but it still works because when he is in front, he can look for the zone, you know, he can zone out the players of Teamzone and get a few lifts-offs. And the damage was also there, especially with the Wishing Lantern and the Glowing Wand. Divine Glaive is also existent, so it helped BGT quite a lot.
Yeah, I agree. I think the last-minute item swaps was something that we did point out as well in the game. It was really good for Kazue to have the... Where did that accent come from?
Kazue.
Where do these random accents come from?
Kazue.
Kazue with the Sky Piercer earlier on, it was really valuable for them to look for that snowball, but as soon as he saw that it wasn't as valuable, he switched it for something that would give him a little bit more value in the later stages of the game. So that's something that we looked at. Pull yourself together, again, is still such an interesting choice. It's not something that we see because it's usually Tenacity or Rupture or the other boots movement speed one.
But the way that Identity played it really makes sense because with, I think at like what, 8 assists, you're already at maximum stacks off that pull yourself together. And Identity using that Crimson Beacon very, very aggressively.
Yeah.
I really feel like maybe that's why he's like, okay, I need this flicker basically all the time. So I think it's more of a playstyle thing, and this might be adopted by other players, other teams. And speaking of adopted, you're not as Indonesian, right?
Huh?
Remember we discussed this backstage